Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live at Jackson High School, home of the Jackson Timberwolves, for the 3A Northwest District Championship game between the Snohomish Panthers and the Lynnwood Royals. I'm Mark Aucutt with Joel Boyer, and this is STSPN.com with the coverage of tonight's game. And we're also sponsored with our presenting sponsor, Speedway Chevrolet and RV in Monroe. We also will have the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Player of the Game t-shirt presentation afterwards. And kind of cool, Joel and I have known each other for quite a while, and finally we get an opportunity to work together. Joel, great to have you here.
Hey, thanks so much, Mark. Really excited about it.
You know these teams well. You were assistant coach for Snohomish until this year. This year taking some time off. We know we'll see you back in coaching again. Plus, you've been involved with us at Fox Sports 1380 FM 95.3 in announcing with Tom Lafferty. So tell us a little bit in a minute here. I want to get to the starters. Well, okay, just a quick synopsis. Snohomish and Lynnwood.
Well, two teams I'm super familiar with, obviously coaching the Panthers for a number of years, having played against Lynnwood Royals for the last 4 or 5 years since they've been in the 3A, 4A ranks, and both are super talented teams. Fun to look at both these programs after they both graduated a ton of star players off last year's teams. The Panthers finishing second in the 4A classification, Lynnwood Royals finishing third in the 3A last year. Obviously, both teams graduate a lot of people, but here they are back playing again for a district title. So it's pretty exciting that you have two teams that graduate a number of great players, and neither one of them had to rebound. They just reloaded.
All right, let's take a look at the starters. First of all, for the Snohomish Panthers, their head coach in his 17th year is Ken Roberts, and former Snohomish Panther player Katie Benson, one of the assistant coaches for them, as well as Sean Bricks and Wayne McMaster, the legend who's been there for a long, long time. First of all, starting for the Snohomish Panthers, a 5'9" senior guard, Katie Brandvold. Also starting at guard is a 5'7" sophomore, Maya Duchesne. Starting at guard, a 5'7" junior, Emily Preach. And rounding it out as the forwards and post players, a 6'1" sophomore, just a sophomore, Kyra Beckman, and also a 6-foot forward and a sophomore, Courtney Perry. So you've got Maya Duchesne, Emily Preach, Kyra Beckman, Courtney Perry, and Katie Brambold starting for head coach Ken Roberts. Now taking a look at the Lynnwood Royals. Their head coach is Brent Hudson, replacing Everett Edwards, who was there and had a great run, a state championship in there. And so Brett Hudson is in his first year as the head coach of the Lynnwood Royals. Starting at a guard position, a 5'8" senior, Riley Walsh. Also starting at center, 6'1" senior, Kelsey Rogers. Starting at forward, a 5'8" junior, Valerie Bell. Starting at guard is a 5'11" senior, Caprice Boston. She's a good one. And then also starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, Taylor Fahey. So once again, that is Riley Walsh, Kelsey Rogers, Valerie Bell, Caprice Boston, and Taylor Fahey. We're going to take a break right now, and we will have today's play-by-play action for this game tonight, the 3A Northwest District Girls Championship here on STSPN.com, presented by Speedway Chevrolet and RV in beautiful Monroe.
That's perfect.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back live here tonight at Jackson High School, home of the 3A Boys and Girls District Championships. Mark Aucutt with Joel Boyer as we get a chance to have some fun working together tonight as the officials for this game, Stacy Hasselbrook. Also, it is Mike Slovan as the head official and Ted Postma rounding it out. The Snohomish Panthers in their red uniforms, the Lynnwood Royals in their white uniforms. And we are ready for basketball action here tonight. It's been a fun week with more to come tomorrow as Joel and I will do the loser out game, winner to state game at noon for the 4A girls. And we got a chance to work together back-to-back days. And Joel, they're underway. Snohomish with the basketball to get things going right away. That is Maya Duchesne. She handles the point really well as they go inside. And that one's going to drop. Courtney Perry getting them on the scoreboard right away. 2-0 Snohomish. And Snohomish with a steal. Picking it off, Katie Brandvold.
What a great job right there by the Panthers getting that first bucket. Earlier when they played this season, the Panthers lost to them and spotted them a 12-0 lead to the Royals. So good to see those Panthers get on the board early.
2-0 Snohomish. Just underway here on STSPN.com. Shot fired up off the left side by the sophomore Kyra Beckman. Lynnwood quickly with the rebound going the other direction. Look at that. Underneath. Valerie Bell with the basket, but it was Taylor Fahey, Joel, that really did a good job finding her.
It was a great look up the court. Grid up pass all the way down to that low block. Seeing the hole right there in the zone.
Snohomish in front court now. We are tied at 2 apiece. Just getting underway. A little over a minute into the first quarter here at Jackson. With the ball, Duchesne. She'll push it up high to Emily Preach. Preach drives in, fires one off the board, and the rebound is hauled down by Caprice Boston as Boston will work it quick out of backcourt. Taylor Fahey and the ball movement so really important, Joel. I know that's something you guys worked on at Snohomish. Good block right there. Excellent hands as it's knocked away from Kelsey Rogers, and here comes the Panthers again.
And you see the Panthers are going to be, it looks like they're going to be in a diamond and one to start with at least right now, trying to get the ball out of Rogers' hands.
There they go. Got it to Courtney Perry off a good dish, and she has all 4 of Snohomish's points. 4-2, 6:13 left to go here in the first quarter. Driving into the basket and getting fouled is Taylor Fahey. She should be going to the line with 2 shots. That's the indication.
Taylor Fahey, a key part to the state run the Lynnwood Royals have had the past couple of years. She's a senior this year. Obviously, last year was a sub for that team that got 3rd in state, but a real heady player, definitely one who's been through a lot of veteran battles and whatnot. Look for her leadership to show up tonight.
Foul that time was on Courtney Perry, her first team foul. Taylor Fahey at the foul line connects on the first one, and the second one, perfect form too. Got to make note of that, especially in comparison to some players that look like they're shooting it out of a cannon.
And it's unfortunately, form's not the thing that gets counted, but it sure does look pretty when it goes in.
Well, it does. But I also think, Joel, that when you've got it figured out and, your follow-through and everything is so important.
Absolutely.
Blocked going the other direction. Look at this. Excellent ball movement. Kelsey Rogers to Riley Walsh. Walsh puts it in, and Lynnwood has their first lead of the game. It is 6-4 Royals, 5:40 to go in the first quarter here at Jackson on STSPN.com. Driving. Beckman has it knocked away from her. Right there is Caprice Boston. Caprice is a darn good player.
Absolutely. She's taking her talents next year to Northern Arizona University, a Division I player that got a scholarship to go there. It'll be fun to watch Kelsey Rogers and Kyra Beckman going at it tonight. Kelsey Rogers, a senior, going up to Western Washington University to play next year versus the sophomore Kyra Beckman. They're going to be going against each other at both ends, so it'll be a fun matchup to watch tonight.
Maddie Slingenhorst is into the game. Jump shot's going to miss out of there. Look at that underneath. Tries with the reverse, and it is going to be taken away by the Lynnwood Royals. Getting the rebound that time, Kelsey Rogers. Long one outside. Well, almost dropped in there, Joel, but there's Snohomish getting the rebound. Maya Duchesne, wow. She was playing last year as a freshman, and you can just see with literally each part of the season how she just keeps getting better.
Just improves the whole time, and she's one of those people who, to her credit, has a father who's a phenomenal basketball player as well as coach, too. So definitely giving her some insight at home.
There's Maya Duchesne burying a 3-pointer as the lead switches hands for the second time, and we've been tied one time. That was at 2-2. 7-6, Snohomish Panthers. We got a good one starting out here at Jackson.
Panthers switching to a 2-3 zone now, playing a traditional one.
Boston going down low, and she finds Kelsey Rogers, who missed the shot. Duchesne, again, will bring the basketball out of backcourt. Nate Duchesne playing at Snohomish High School, also coaching at the high school level and community college, too.
Well, and he was also he was the head assistant coach at the University of Montana for a number of years, too, before getting back in the high school ranks. Now he's the head principal at Mariner High School, so definitely one who's a big believer in high school athletics as well as just high school in general and the education process that goes with it. So Maya's definitely one who's grown up watching game tape since she was a little one. So
in front court are the Lynnwood Royals. Boston, they work it around, and that's going to come out. Look at Boston getting back under there. What a great follow by Caprice. Boston puts it up and in, and it's 8-7 Lynnwood, 4:10 to go in the first quarter. Snohomish going to come out of backcourt. Some pressure put on that time by Lynnwood.
And Lynnwood, you can see it's as much of a token pressure, just wanting to really see if they can rattle anything, get a cheap and easy steal possibly, but as much as anything, not necessarily meant to steal as much as just take time off the clock, create it so that Snohomish doesn't have a full 30 seconds on that shot clock in which to work their offense.
Now under 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, 3:58 as the Panthers lose the basketball, and it is going to be another player checking back in, Valerie Bell, who saw action as a starter. Duchesne's going to come out and will be replaced by Emily Preach. What can you tell us about Preach?
Preach is a junior for the Panthers. She's starting this year. Was definitely kind of super sub off the bench last year. If anything, you call her that sixth starter, working as the other guard to come off for that state run for the Panthers last year.
Look at Lynnwood moving the ball really well, but a missed shot that time by Riley Walsh. And Lynnwood ends up with it again, following up Kelsey Rogers. Now we have a jump ball, and that is going to stay with the Royals. But excellent effort in there by Lynnwood. You just, especially when you get this deep into the playoffs, you just can't make mistakes. They'll be right on you, and vice versa.
Absolutely, and I think that one of the important things to see here is second chance points right now. I think it's the Lynnwood Royals are so good at crashing that offensive rebounds. So you need to, and you've seen the Panthers already get that a couple with Courtney Perry as well, but look for which team can really box out and prevent the other from only getting one shot or no shots on the offensive end.
A little too light on the shot that time, but getting her own rebound is Riley Walsh. They work it outside, thuds off the rim, and finally pulling it down for Snohomish, Courtney Perry. And again, they're right on her.
Definitely so, and that's one of those things that you cannot, in this game, you're not going to be able to just put the ball, get a rebound and put it to your belly. You got to make sure you get that to your chin and really take care of that basketball.
Up top, Snohomish Panthers, Sam Beeman, and then they go inside to Courtney Perry. Whistle and a foul has been called. This is going to go against Lynnwood in just their first foul in the game. So that's going to go on Kelsey Rogers, obviously her first. And we have a couple new players coming in. Taylor Fahey coming back for the Lynnwood Royals. And then also coming in is Kia Crawford. Crawford is a junior.
Kinsey Gallatin for the Panthers also checked in. Both teams, both coaches going deep into their benches early on. Understand you're going to want to have legs in that fourth quarter because they both expect this to be a close game.
Lynnwood in front court, and another miss from the outside. I think that's 0 for 4 from three-point land as they're not connecting on those shots. And Snohomish will come out of backcourt with it. That's Emily Preach. 2:49 to go in the first quarter here on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt along with Joel Boyer. And our producer is Todd Elvig. Turnaround jump shot. Now, she had a pretty decent look there, Joel, but grimmed out, and now Lynnwood will have a chance again. This is sitting at 8-7 for some time now.
And these are two talented teams, and they understand what's at stake here. They understand they need to make sure they play better. Early on, they only played one time during the year. Obviously, it's
well, rims out, and ending up with it is Riley Walsh. Shoots too hard off the glass, and we have a grab. Snohomish will have the basketball. This is going to be against Lynnwood. Getting set to check in is Nakia Boston, who is just a freshman. That's on Riley Walsh, her first, and the second team foul. Checking back in will be Maya Duchesne for Van Slingenhorst.
And this is one of those games where you've seen that the Royals have definitely been getting more offensive rebounds, probably more than Coach Ken Roberts wants to see. However, they haven't really had a chance to cash in, or they haven't been able to cash in on second chance points. So offensive rebounds definitely not a good thing, but they haven't really hurt the Panthers yet. Look for the Royals maybe to start finishing some of those chippies and start to see if they can't lengthen out a lead.
Snohomish in front court, 13 on the shot clock, and that one is fired up, and a big miss right there by Kinsley Gallatin, and she is just a freshman. Pull-up jumper, Boston, no good. Boy, they're just not connected on their shots. They work it around the perimeter. Boston takes it in and is fouled. She'll have two shots coming up. and this will be the second trip to the line for Lynnwood. Foul is on Courtney Perry, and Joel, that is her second foul, second team foul for the Panthers here with 1:46 left, first quarter.
And both teams here, they have phenomenal guards, both teams, but Kelsey Rogers for the Royals, as well as Courtney Perry and Kyra Beckman, the two posts for the Panthers. You don't want to see any of those three get into foul trouble because really they don't have a whole lot of options for either team past those, one for Lynnwood and two for the Panthers. So interesting to keep note of now that Courtney Perry has two fouls.
Boston hit both her foul shots. It is now up to a 3-point lead for Lynnwood. That's the biggest lead of the game for either team. As Snohomish will come out of backcourt in the red uniforms. Raising havoc back there is Fahey some, and now the trap up near midcourt. Over on the right side, they work it, and the shot fired. You can see that was going to miss out of there. Emily Preach, and coming up with the rebound is Beckman. It's knocked out of bounds. Lynnwood getting a hand on it at the end there with 1:28 left. We still haven't had Todd get up there and take that volleyball down right above the scoreboard. It's been bugging me since Tuesday. All right, inbound pass with the basketball is Duchesne. 10-7, Lynnwood on top. There's Elaine, takes it in. Great move right there.
What a hesitation.
An open freeway to take it in.
Absolutely, what a hesitation move up top to free her up early on.
Losing the basketball was Caprice Boston, and getting it will be the Panthers. Here comes Duchesne out of backcourt. Breaking ahead of her is Emily Preach. 1 minute here left in the first quarter. 10-9. Very close game for the 3A Girls District Championship. Oh, Kyra Beckman missed one inside. Good follow-up for the rebound, but not a good make that time for Gallatin. And Snohomish ends up, gets a third shot at it. There's Beckman. Nope, not going to get it. 3 pokes at the hoop. They couldn't get one to drop. Boston going the other direction. Traveling called. Going back to Snohomish, 10-9. Lynnwood on top, 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
Snohomish with 3 offensive rebounds there, but couldn't get any of them to drop. Good job by Lynnwood to push it out there. Thought they had an open lane, but luckily Maya Duchesne was back in time to prevent that.
Snohomish with the basketball. Stepping in for a shot, too hard off the glass, Morgan Marshall. Oh, I'll tell you, nothing drives me crazier than those missed layups.
If they drive you crazy, I wonder how they drive Coach Brent Hudson and Coach Ken Roberts.
I tell you, and yeah. We got a foul coming up against Lynnwood. That'll be their third team foul, and the foul has been called against Nakia Boston. And at the foul line with 2 shots is Kyra Beckman.
And I really probably would have given the Royals the rebounding edge tonight coming into the game if we're talking about keys to the game. But notice the Panthers in the last couple possessions have had, I think they've had 4 offensive rebounds in the last 2 possessions. So look for them. Maybe, I don't know if Coach Roberts said something to them to kind of get them fired up, or maybe just the kind of the working together of substitutions for the Royals coming in. But things have been a little different.
Game is tied for the second time as Beckman misses the second foul shot after making the first. Oh, good defense by Beckman. 34s on each other right there, and Beckman won the battle, knocking it away from Crawford. And so Snohomish will work it out of backcourt. And Joel, obviously, you want to look at one shot right here with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Is that it? That's it! Duchesne with the assist. Preach with the basket. 2 seconds. 1. Oh, that was pretty close. 13-10. Snohomish on top. They finish the quarter with their biggest lead of the game, matching Lynnwood's biggest lead of the game at 3 points. Fresh 8 on the clock. We'll take a timeout, and you are watching worldwide on STSPN.com. That's worldwide. Back with more.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back live, second quarter action here on STSPN.com. Remember, we have the presentation of the player of the game, sponsored by Lake Stevens Ace Hardware and the Eaglestead family that do a great job of running that excellent Ace Hardware store. And we are going to the second quarter. 13-10 is our score. Snohomish up by 3 points. And Joel, they're on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, and this is one of those things you're going to see. Basketball's a game of runs to begin with, obviously, and right now the Panthers have gotten some key offensive rebounds and able to get that three for Preach to drop at the end of the quarter. But you expect the Royals to come back on their own run any moment now. So it's going to be one of those games. Who's going to finish on the better offensive run? And it's going to be interesting to see.
Gallatin goes to Kyra Beckman. Beckman short on the shot, but she got fouled. 2 shots coming up for Kyra. She had shots near the end of the first quarter, as this will be team foul number 4 against the Lynnwood Royals, and the second foul, Joel, against Kelsey Rogers. That's worth noting.
That is a huge foul. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Brent Hudson does right now, whether he leaves the room with 7:47 left to play in the second quarter, or does he trust his senior to play with 2 fouls and not pick up another one.
At the foul line, Beckman hits the first shot, and suddenly Snohomish with a 4-point lead at 14-10, make it 15-10, a 5-point lead. As you know, Lynnwood's going to have to dig in some here as the Panthers on an 8-0 stretch of outscoring Lynnwood.
Panthers sticking in that 2-3 zone, really moving around right now, trying to eliminate open jump shots on the outside as well as taking away Rogers on the inside. Much easier said than done. 14
seconds on the shot clock. Lynnwood up high outside the arc as Snohomish forcing them out. And now Lynnwood puts a little more urgency in their offense, and it's going to be a missed shot by Nakia Boston. Rebound grabbed that time by Kelsey Rogers. She goes to Rachel Walsh, who puts it in.
That was a great rebound, but even a better pass by Rogers right there, realizing that Rachel Walsh was open on the weak side block all by herself. Easy bucket.
You know, the thing is, too, Joel, it's knowing where your teammate is at all times. Oh, look at that basket by Morgan Marshall off the assist from Emily Preach, and it's 17-12.
Going back to what you're saying there, Mark, absolutely important to understand your teammates, understand where they are, and that's what we're starting to see. They played 20 regular season games. They played a couple postseason games. They're on game 23 now, both teams. This is when you start to realize we played together for 23 games. Some players, this is their 4th year playing together. You get to know it's a second nature. They're almost like it's a family.
Ooh, look at her stepping in. That's Riley Walsh. Kelsey Plum-like dropping it in. That's a name we're going to drop in a couple of times. And, of course, Kelsey is 153 points away with the Washington Huskies as losing the ball off her fingertips, Emily Preach. And Kelsey 153 points away from breaking Jackie Stiles' all-time point scoring record, which is pretty amazing. And they play tonight at UCLA.
It's amazing. I mean, it just seems like every single time she plays, and they were talking about on ESPN the other day, 153 points. That's only 5 games for her. She's averaging 31.3 points a game.
Exactly.
It's 5 games. It's not that many. For me, it'd be about 100 games. So that's it's a difference there.
You and me both, brother. Down low inside, missing the shot the first time. The second time will be Taylor Fahey. It goes out of bounds. Yeah, this will be Lynnwood basketball coming into the game for the Snohomish Panthers. Kinsley Gallatin, and also wearing number 24 on her back is Quinn Otteson. And, you know, this is, I think, the 4th time I've seen Snohomish this year, and really, they're pretty deep. You know, and getting these players some playing time, too, at their young age as well. Caprice Boston goes in, she gets fouled.
They are a deep team, and you can see oftentimes at this part of the season, you try to shorten up your bench a little bit. You start to figure out the players are able to give you what you're looking for, give you what you want, and oftentimes you start to kind of pull back on minutes and give those who are better producers for you those more minutes. But in this game, you're seeing both coaches really stick to their full complement of players, wanting to make sure they have the legs, and I think both coaches are seeing this is going to be a tight game all the way throughout. I want to make sure we have the legs to really fight through and see if we can't put some pressure on them at the end of the game when we still have some fresh legs.
Boston goes 1 for 2 from the line. However, Lynnwood secures the rebound, and Boston gets it on a pass, goes to Taylor Fahey, who lays it in, and we are tied at 17 as now Lynnwood has scored 5 straight points, 5:56 to go in the second quarter, and we knew this was going to be a good one. So far, living up to full expectations. That one comes off the board and glass, and they keep it alive. Good job by Otteson as Beckman ends up with it, working it around to the top, and Beckman, no. Fighting for the rebound. Look at that hustle. Down low, jump ball, Lynnwood ball.
What a great hustle play by Quinn Otteson. Both times keeping that ball alive. Didn't get either rebound, but kept it alive both times, keeping the Panthers with possession. But right there, Kelsey Rogers tying up Beckman. We're going to hear those names a lot tonight, Mark. A lot of times head-to-head. That alternating possession going off to the Royals.
We got a hack that's going to go against the Snohomish Panthers, and no shots. They'll just inbound it. That is going to be called against Kinsley Gallatin, her first, fourth team. Joel, each team has 4 team fouls, so we're a little bit a ways from foul shots, but it's getting closer. Inside, big, tough miss right there by Kelsey Rogers. Beckman gets the rebound. She gives to Duchesne, who will bring it out of backcourt. Getting set to check back in for Lynnwood will be Valerie Bell, the junior.
Well, that's a gimme. That's a gift right there to the Panthers from Kelsey Rogers. When she gets within 4 feet of the hoop, she is money, so don't look for her to miss too many more of those.
Big miss right there by Katie Brandvold. Lynnwood going the other direction. There's Boston, has that come off the backside of the rim as Brandvold will get the rebound. Passes quickly to Maya Duchesne, who is run into by Rachel Walsh. So Walsh will be called for her first foul, 15th foul, and Snohomish will have the ball in backcourt to bring it forward. Checking in is Valerie Bell. She replaces Rachel Walsh.
And you see all of a sudden Coach Brent Hudson wants to put that press back on. It's simply more of a man. Well, it looks like this might be a 2-2-1 press here, trying to get some steals, trying to get some traps, see if they can put the Panthers in some bad situations.
Snohomish 2-on-1, maybe too many passes there. As that time it was Gallatin trying to wrap it around her opponent and look for her team. I think that was Audison down there or Beckman, and as it turns out of bounds. Still tied 17-17, 4:47 left to go in the second quarter here at Jackson High School on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt and Joel Boyer. Look at Lynnwood quickly moving the ball around. And trying with the reverse that time, missing was Riley Walsh. How about that block by Kyra Beckman? Right down underneath the sophomore, getting it done, Joel.
Well, her third block of the night, but she's got those go-go gadget arms that just seem to extend above everybody else's. No matter how high somebody else jumps, she seems to let those arms just go higher and higher.
I like
she gets a nice block there.
Go-go gadget arms. Wow. That's a good one, Joel.
I've faced them in practice before, and they blocked me a couple times,
I like
too.
the term. I like the term. Down low, underneath. Oh, Audison missed it. And getting the ball will be Kyra Beckman. She gets fouled.
Oh, boy. That looks like it could be Kelsey Rogers' third foul.
It is Kelsey Rogers' third foul, and that is team foul number 6. So next one is bonus time. Beckman goes to the line for the third time tonight. She's 3 for 4. Again, the officials tonight, Ted Postma, Stacy Hasselbrock, and also Mike Slovan. Beckman connects on that one.
And Kelsey Rogers is going to have to go to the bench for the rest of the half. At the 4:06 mark, put their third foul. I mean, everybody listening, I'm sure knows that you only get 5. And, then we still have
you get 10, you get 5.
2.5 more quarters
or
to go.
6, this
so
isn't the NBA.
Nope, unfortunately not for Kelsey Rogers in this scenario, but she has 3 fouls. And look for her to have to sit the rest of the half and play a little gingerly, probably start the third quarter as well. So definitely a huge thing to keep an eye on in this ballgame.
Beckman missed the second foul shot after making the first. It's Snohomish leading by a score of 18-17. Their biggest lead has been 5. Lynnwood's biggest lead has been 3 at 10-7. Then Snohomish came back, scored 6 straight to make it 13-10 at the end of the first quarter. Good defense by Snohomish. 4 on the shot clock, and that one's going to thud in there on the miss. Getting the rebound for Snohomish. Audison on the miss that time. It was Taylor Fahey. Here comes Duchesne. They work it inside. Look at that. Kyra Beckman goes inside, going to draw another foul off the quick pass that time by Quinn Audison, and so we're going to see Kyra get 2 shots. That foul is going to be called against Taylor Fahey. That's her first 7th team foul. Here goes Beckman to the line. She is so far 4 for 6.
And it's going to be interesting because Kyra Beckman has been a star player for the Panthers all year long. Obviously missing that free throw right there. She needs to start putting some of these chippies she's getting in down, but she's a star player for the Panthers. With Kelsey Rogers in the game for the Royals, it's a 50-50 coin flip, maybe even going to Rogers as for what it could be, but without her in the game, look for Beckman to take over.
Beckman has shot 8 foul shots, and she's only made 4 of them. Riley Walsh connecting for the shot, and that puts Lynnwood back on top as the lead switches hands for the 5th time. There's Beckman again. Pull-up jumper comes out of there. She has not hit a field goal as of yet. 3:03 left. Second quarter action. Lynnwood getting the ball. That's Walsh pushing it down court. They go outside to Fahey off the rim. And getting the rebound will be Quinn Audison. We have a timeout called by the Snohomish Panthers. 2:54 left. Second quarter, right here on STSPN.com. This is the 3A Girls Championship game for the Northwest District.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Back here. We are discussing a fitness program here that might be implemented by some people, or at least should be. Anyway, 19-18 is the score. Mark Aucutt and Joel Boyer right here on STSPN.com. And with the basketball, Snohomish, Kyra Beckman bringing it out of backcourt. That maybe is a little bit out of her comfort zone. Bounce pass, a little dangerous as it goes to Duchesne. She finds Preach to Beckman. Beckman outside the arc, drives to the basket, lays it off the rim. She has not found her shot yet. That should have been a make. You hate to give those up. Look at this. Goes the other direction. That's a 4-point switch right there.
You can't have that. You can't have that for the Panthers. You can't have it from one end. Go from Beckman missing that chippy to her chasing down the play from behind and just not getting there in time.
So count the basket for Valerie Bell. They finally put it up on the scoreboard, and that is on Beckman, her first. It's an and-one situation as going to the foul line, Valerie Bell. 21-18, Lynnwood matching their biggest lead in the game. Now it's their biggest lead of the game, 4 points. Okay, so what do you do with Kyra Beckman? Obviously, we're nearing halftime, Joel, and you got to think she'll be out there the rest of the half. But at halftime, if you're Ken Roberts, what do you say to her to get those close-in shots to start falling?
Simply just tell her finish. She's one of those players. She's the reason why you're here. One of a few, of course. One of many reasons why you're at this position. And she's just missing chippies. And to Lynnwood's credit, they're definitely making her work hard for them. But she's just going to make some.
Walsh gets it, goes the other direction. Bounce pass to Valerie Bell. Bell drops it in, and a timeout, Snohomish. Bell has 9 points, 7 in the quarter, and doing a great job for the Lynnwood Royals. It's a 6-point lead for Lynnwood. 2:01 left, second quarter, right here on STSPN.com and the 3A Northwest District Tournament Championship for the girls.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
2:01 left, second quarter, 24-18. Snohomish has the basketball and will inbound in backcourt, down by the 6 points. Biggest lead of the game for either team. I'm Mark Aucutt with Joel Boyer. Great to have Joel here tonight. Really enjoying this. Your analyzation is outstanding. Fun to work with you. We get to do it again tomorrow at noon for the play-on game for the 3A. There's the basket by Kyra Beckman. Finally gets that field goal. And now Kyra has 6 points, 24-20. Well, there you go.
She's only a sophomore, but she's a veteran. She was on that team. She put the third post behind Madison Pollock, Madeline Smith last year, 2 Division I players that took the Panthers to that 4A state championship game. She was the third post. She knows what she's doing. She'll be fine once she gets rolling here.
Refresh me again where Pollock and Smith went to play D1 at.
Madison Pollock is at the University of San Diego, the Toreros down there in the WCC conference. And Madeline Smith is over in the Big Sky playing for Montana State Bobcats.
Way cool. Great to see them move on. And great to see players move on. As there's a steal. Caprice Boston steals it. Good defense. Knocked out of bounds. How about that? Maya Duchesne prevents the easy 2 from coming. It's always great to see players advance not only to Division I, but to all the levels.
Any level.
And that could be Division II, Division III, or community college, or NAIA.
Absolutely, and those are all great levels to play at. I tell kids anytime they're looking to say any place that will give you money to go play a sport you love or do something you enjoy, count your blessings. It's an amazing thing.
Absolutely. Or if you're like you and I, advance to the intramural level at a 4-year college.
I have a few championships that I like to brag about to my students, so they know all about my intramural career.
I have 2 as well. That's funny. I guessed right. So inside, Beckman gets it done. Up top with the pass. It was at Courtney Perry with the pass. She found her really well.
Absolutely, and Perry and Beckman some insider knowledge. Those are two best friends, have been for years. It's one of those things with Perry on the bench with those 2 fouls. Her checking back into the game right now, definitely kind of gambling a little bit with those 2 fouls. Hope she doesn't pick up a third. But they work really well. Good. They find each other. So right there, a great pass from Perry down to Beckman for an easy 2.
Lynnwood with the ball. They're up by 2 points, 24-22. 7 on the shot clock. Snohomish getting a hand in there. And that is going to be going to Emily Preach. She'll slow it up here, Joel, and they're going to work for the 1 shot. And tie would be great. If they hit a 3, they'll have a 1-point lead. But they got to be smart here, too. 10 seconds.
Definitely looking to go inside to Beckman one more time. She already had 2 of the last 3 possessions.
Boy, great. Now, that's a Division I move right there. That's a beautiful move as Beckman gets it. The basket counts and 1. So she's got an opportunity to give them that 1-point lead going into the locker room at halftime. And it's going to be team foul number 8. Rachel Walsh called for the foul. Walsh with her second. And so Beckman goes to the line with 1 shot, 4.9 seconds left. Coming out is Courtney Perry. Coming in is Kinsley Gallatin, 24-24, number 34 at the line. And that's off the rim. And let's see what they can do here. Here they go the other way. Lynnwood, no, off the backboard. 24-24. We got a tie game going into the half. And we'll take a break here on STSPN.com. Remember, at the end of this one, we'll have the presentation of the Lake Stevens Ace Hardware Player of the Game, and also presented tonight by Speedway Chevrolet and RV in Monroe. 24-24. This is the 3A Girls Northwest District Championship game on STSPN.com.
That's perfect.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
hear me? So did you hear me when I'm on the air? Okay, folks, now that Todd has made it official, we are on the air. And Mark Aucutt with Joel Boyer. Yeah, there's a couple things we've got to work on with him on the directing, but we'll get him there. Anyway, so the big boys right here, Mark and Joel, we're bringing you the action on STSPN.com, and then we're going to have a simulcast later with Fox Sports 1380 and FM 95.3 as they will pick it up. They will go right from the start on STSPN.com, and then it'll be picked up after the Everett Silvertips game on the radio. As we love this network thing.
Absolutely. It's so fun. I think we're pretty darn spoiled here, more than we realize, to have a station like STSPN that broadcasts games live for high school sports. I mean, things back when I was in high school, this wasn't even, it was a dream. You know,
yeah.
It was something, man, it'd be really fun to be able to watch this game online or on TV, and here you can do that.
Yep, Todd is doing a great job. He's been at it since 2008. Each year it keeps expanding, and we are having a lot of fun being a part of that. Let's take a look at the scoring from the first half for the Snohomish Panthers. 10 points for Kyra Beckman. Started a little bit slow from the field, but then 3 two-pointers coming through. She's got 10 points, 4 points for Courtney Perry, Maya Duchesne with 5, all in the first quarter. Morgan Marshall, 2, and Emily Preach with a 3-ball in the first quarter accounts for her points. On the other side, Lynnwood Royals led by the 9 points for Valerie Bell, 6 for Riley Walsh, 2 each for Rachel Walsh and Nakia Boston. Also, Caprice Boston with 3, and Taylor Fahey with 4. It's 24-24, and Snohomish will have the ball to start the second half. We are underway here at Jackson High School, and this is the girls' 3A Northwest District Championship. Oh, nice bounce pass, but is a little hard to hang on to, especially coming through that traffic, Joel, as you not only are trying to catch the ball, but you're trying to see the ball coming in.
Well, Lynnwood right there went to a box and wanted to look like putting Riley Walsh, sticking her like glue onto Maya Duchesne, hoping they can kind of take out the ball handler, the trigger man, if you will, for the Panthers, and see if they can't make them think otherwise.
Missed shot, and then we got a foul. And keep in mind that Kelsey Rogers is playing with 3 fouls. She'll have 2 shots coming up, and you know what, Joel? She has not scored a point yet.
Well, we're talking about it was a tied ball game right now at the half, and 7:33 left in the third quarter. Still tied, obviously. Kelsey Rogers shooting 2 right here. But as we talked about off the air, this really necessarily wasn't a tie ball game. When you have Kelsey Rogers with 3 fouls, even though the score's tied, you got to say advantage Panthers in that situation. Now, that being said, Kyra Beckman just picked up her second foul. Courtney Perry, the other star post for the Panthers, has 2 fouls. So it's going to become an interesting matchup. Who can stay in the game for as long as they can at the post position for both teams?
Both foul shots made by Kelsey Rogers, her first 2 points in the game. And in this one, Lynnwood Royals are 6 for 7 from the foul line. Snohomish with the basketball in front court. It's Courtney Perry. Perry with the basketball to Duchesne. Over on the left side, Preach, 3-ball, going to need the glass, and it works! Oh! I think you called bank for her, Joel. I go, she better have that one lined up with the square above the rim, and it worked.
You know, sometimes better to be lucky than good, and I think on that one she was definitely lucky, so we'll see.
Inside, Rogers is going to go to the foul line again. So the lead has switched hands a total of 7 times. And that was 6 times in the first half, and it's been tied 4 times. The foul this time against Snohomish is Courtney Perry. There's another one to watch out for. That's her 3rd foul, Joel, and the 2nd team foul.
Well, we were just talking about it right there, and I guess it's that broadcasting curse, I guess. But now you have Perry with 3, Rogers with 3, Beckman with 2. Those are all the posts that we need to know about in this game, more or less. We'll see who can stay in at the end.
Well, first one to make for Kelsey Rogers, the second one to miss, getting the rebound, Kyra Beckman. It's tied 27-27, tied for the 5th time. 6:50 to go, third quarter. I think this is going to go right to the wire, which makes it very entertaining for us and hopefully for you viewing throughout the entire world. With the basketball, Kyra Beckman misses the shot. It's knocked around, and finally get the hold of it will be Lynnwood. That's Valerie Bell. Bell into front court now to Caprice Boston. Boston drives in off the glass and rim. 2 points. She's got 5 in the game, and it is 29-27. Lead switching hands for the 8th time.
And that absolutely is a Division I move right there. Great job cutting through, being able to body control is just fantastic. Finish that shot inside.
Kyra Beckman inside, short on the shot after the entry pass by Maya Duchesne. Caprice Boston with the ball now in front court. 6:04 to go, third quarter. Lynnwood up by 2 points, 29-27. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it stays with the Lynnwood Royals. Mark Aucutt, Joel Boyer here on STSPN.com. Checking back in for the Panthers will be Morgan Marshall, and she is going to replace Courtney Perry, who comes out of the lineup with 3 fouls.
Morgan Marshall
gives inbound. Go ahead.
Morgan Marshall gives some good minutes in that first half right there.
Good job on the inbound pass that time by Riley Walsh. She finds Taylor Fahey, takes her point total up to 6, and it's a 4-point lead for the Lynnwood Royals. Their biggest lead in this game has been 6 points back in the first half. Panthers with the ball in front court. Duchesne going inside. Beckman puts it on the floor and had to adjust her shot. Last touched by Kelsey Rogers. And a substitution will be made. Rachel Walsh, who has a couple of fouls on her, will come in. And coming out of the lineup is Valerie Bell. Snohomish will inbound with Duchesne to inbound on the left baseline.
Well, right there you see Coach Roberts telling Kyra Beckman, shoot the ball. Quit trying to get worried about getting blocked, anything like that. It's going to happen. Who cares?
Oh, blocked by Boston. And Snohomish gets it back there. Duchesne buries the 2-ball. Maya Duchesne with her first points since the first quarter. She has 7 in the game, 31-29. We got a reach, and coming in tight that time was Duchesne. And that's going to be a foul call against Maya, which will be the 3rd team foul against the Snohomish Panthers. For Duchesne, that's her first foul. 5:21 left, third quarter. Here at Jackson High School.
You can call that a smart foul right there. It was going to be a 2-point bucket 90% of the time for Kelsey Rogers. Maya Duchesne just hoping she can get a steal. If not,
almost had a jump ball there.
She's not going up with it. So
Beckman with a hand in there to poke it away. Boston ends up with it at the end. Rogers turnaround jump shot against Beckman, no good. Boston down low, gets the rebound, puts it up and in. 33-29 as Lynnwood is up by 4 points, coming up on 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Remember, doubleheader coming up here on STSPN. It'll be the boys 3A championship between Shorecrest and Stanwood. Beckman short on the shot, and down on the ground. She'll get up off the floor now. Here comes Riley Walsh. Passes right side. Boston, long-range shot, no good. Getting the rebound is Brandvold. Brandvold double team, good defense by Lynnwood, and it is off the Snohomish player down there, Brandvold. Great defense, great presence of mind by Riley Walsh to get it back for Lynnwood.
Well, that's kind of cheating if you want. That's a Riley Walsh and her twin sister Rachel Walsh right there, double teaming the backcourt. It's kind of a sister act right there.
Yeah, well, it works. Missing the shot is Kelsey Rogers, and Snohomish gets the rebound, pulling it down. Morgan Marshall coming out of backcourt now is Maya Duchesne. Right-handed dribble as she crosses into front court. Getting ready to check back in will be Valerie Bell. There's Beckman. They go inside again. Nope. Good defense by Kelsey Rogers. No foul. And that was close, though. Could have been her 4th foul. Lynnwood going the other direction. And down low inside to Kelsey Rogers. It is good. Off the pass from Taylor Fahey. And for Kelsey Rogers, she now has 5 points all in the quarter. It's 35-29. Lynnwood matching their biggest lead of the game of 6 points. Girls 3A Northwest District Championship right here on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 35-29, 4:06 left to go, third quarter. Lynnwood is up by 6 points, matching their biggest lead of the game, and Snohomish just taking a timeout.
Got to make a quick correction. I said earlier the Walsh sisters are twins. My apologies. They're sisters, not twins. They're great apart there.
Still look like sisters.
Still a sister act. You know, still cheating if you're a Panther fan.
Not in their case.
Not at all.
Snohomish with the basketball. Here comes Duchesne, who does an excellent job on the point. Just a sophomore coming out of backcourt. And you also have Courtney Perry back in the game. Kyra Beckman now, turnaround shot. Ooh, rims out of there. Tell you, she's been close on a couple of those mid-rangers, but they've come out as Caprice Boston will push it out of backcourt. Up ahead she goes. That is Kelsey Rogers missing the shot. Battle for the rebound. Jump ball. Stays with Lynnwood. They've got the 6-point lead and the basketball with 3:39 left in the third quarter. Clock not a factor yet, but also, Joel, you do not want to allow Lynnwood to start pulling away.
No, absolutely not. You got to keep things close here to be able to do it. Kyra Beckman, you can kind of see just a couple maybe tiny flashes of her sophomore year, just kind of demonstrating her youth a little bit versus the senior, tried and true. Kelsey Rogers has been in a state championship game. It'll be
down
interesting
low.
to see.
Rebound by Preach, so number 14 missed it. Number 14 gets the rebound, and here comes Maya Duchesne out of backcourt. Oh, nearly stolen by Boston. She gets cutting through there quickly and just batted it away, as the intended receiver that time was Courtney Perry. And Snohomish will reset here, gets ready to inbound as Duchesne will do that to Beckman up high against Kelsey Rogers. Great matchup, double team now. Boston comes in to help out, and Beckman short on the shot. Close to going out of bounds, but Rogers keeps it alive for Lynnwood as Boston gives her a big smile coming out of backcourt. And the Royals have the basketball. 3:10 left, third quarter, 35-29. Again, matching their biggest lead of the game, trying to extend that. Good hand by Duchesne into Beckman's hand.
What a savvy point guard right there. Great job getting those hands up in that 2-3 zone for the Panthers. Really finding a lot of success for them, but got to make sure they rebound well out of it.
Beckman with the basketball. Pulls up inside the three-point line and misses that shot. Getting the rebound, Valerie Bell. Boston working her way out of backcourt now. It comes into front court. Going to be playing at Northern Arizona, and that is in Flagstaff, Arizona. So she'll get a lot of weather up there. Sun and snow. It's pretty complete. We actually talked to her about that earlier in the year. Missed the shot. Lynnwood stays with the ball, getting the rebound, and they get a fresh 30 too, Joel.
Yeah, you can see the Royals really looking to use that clock. Valerie Bell with that three going up. Not quite sure if Coach Hudson wanted that one there, but you got to see if the Snohomish Panthers can put. It's one of those things you need a bucket right now. You can kind of feel that energy really going Lynnwood's way. You're able to come up with an empty possession for them there at the defensive stop. You got to cash in on the offensive end now.
I agree. Maya Duchesne with the basketball. Pass over on the right side. And Brandvold gets shut off. There's Duchesne again, 12 on the shot clock. Out of bounds it goes. Lynnwood got a hand on it. So with 10 on the shot clock here and 2:01 on the quarter clock, it will be Snohomish basketball. Checking back in is Kia Crawford, also coming back in for Snohomish. Two players, Kinsley Gallatin and Maddie Van Slingenhorst. And so Snohomish will inbound 2 minutes exactly to go, third quarter. Again, our game presented tonight by Speedway Chevrolet and RV in Monroe. Player of the Game award from Lake Stevens Ace Hardware. Duchesne misses the shot, comes off the rim, goes out of bounds, and it will be Lynnwood ball.
And something to note here, Katie Brandvold, the senior for the Panthers, three-year starter, has yet to score a point. I think she's only maybe attempted 2 shots all game. Could be 3. But she is definitely a factor. A double-digit scorer on the season for the Panthers, has yet to score in this game. So you got to hope for Coach Ken Roberts and the Panthers that she can get going at some point.
They're inside with the basketball. Oh, losing it briefly was Crawford, but Lynnwood gets it back, working it around the perimeter. Crawford, turnaround shot, getting a hand on it. Looks like Perry. Out of bounds, last touch by the Panthers. 1:29 left to go, third quarter, and still a 6-point. No, they're going to say it's going to go to Snohomish. Kind of thought that myself. And I'm glad that, ref goes, wait a minute, now we got to get this correct. 1:29 left here in the third quarter, and a 6-point lead for the Lynnwood Royals, who've been stuck on 35-29 for a little while now. Duchesne will come out of backcourt, passes over on the right side to Brandvold. Kind of a smaller lineup out there right now as Kyra Beckman's out for a blow. And that's a missed shot by Courtney Perry. Caprice Boston gets the rebound, and here come the Royals out of backcourt, Riley Walsh.
Kyra Beckman and Kelsey Rogers both on the bench for their respective teams. Look for Courtney Perry, hopefully maybe carry an inside load. If not for maybe possibly Kia Crawford for the Royals, then maybe they can come up with some inside buckets for them each.
Good ball movement by the Royals inside. Almost getting that to fall was Rachel Walsh, but she will get 2 foul shots as a foul coming up against the Panthers. That will be their 4th team foul. And, Joel, that's the 4th foul against Courtney Perry. So not good.
Definitely not. Definitely not. She brings a lot of poise, a lot of rebounding, a lot of defensive intensity for the Panthers. And lately, she's been putting some points in there too. I mean, averaging 6 points in the season. But last game in their semifinal game to get this point, she led the team with 14 points in a low-scoring effort. So she's definitely one they're going to miss having to sit here right now with 55.7 left in the third quarter with 4 fouls.
Both shots misses. That last one looked like it might fall in, so not good for Rachel Walsh. And into the game now is Kyra Beckman replacing Courtney Perry. 45 seconds left, third quarter. This is the 3A Northwest District Girls Championship game on STSPN.com. Good, excellent pass that time underneath from Brandvold to Gallatin. Gallatin missed the shot, and it goes out of bounds. We got a foul coming up. Let's check and see. It is a foul. And coming over is Mike Slovin. That's on Valerie Bell, her first. Joel, that's just the first team foul against Lynnwood with 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Snohomish messes up on the inbound pass. A little bit out of sync there. Boston gets it, takes it in. Great move. She has 6 in the quarter, 9 in the game, and it's up to the biggest lead of the game for either team. 8 points as Lynnwood leads at 37-29.
And right here, Ken Roberts asking his team to stay back in the backcourt, take one shot, but Lynnwood on that last possession, they went to a 1-3-1 trap, and they definitely got something out of it. They're back into it right now for this possession.
Inside, Beckman nearly loses the ball out of bounds. She'll dish it off, and missing his shot out front is Van Slingenhorst. And so getting the rebound, Lynnwood, as the time runs out. Oh! That one almost went in, and we are through 3 quarters of play. Our score is Lynnwood 37, Snohomish 29. They only scored 5 points that quarter. That's the Panthers. For Lynnwood, they scored 13. We'll take a look at the scoring coming up in the fourth quarter as we go to the fourth and final quarter. This is the 3A Northwest District Championship on STSPN.com with Mark Aucutt and Joel Boyer. Welcome back live to Jackson High School. Snohomish will have the basketball, and they are down by 8 points. I'm Mark Aucutt with Joel Boyer right here on STSPN.com. First game of our doubleheader boys championship for 3A is next. Panthers with the ball in front court. Joel, take it from there. Well, as far as color. Nice shot.
Beautiful shot by Quinn Otteson putting that 3 in. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Panthers with the down 8, cutting back into that 8-point lead, dropping it to 5 right away. You got to look to see them probably dial up a little bit of intensity, a little bit of pressure, maybe get out of that 2-3 and try to get in some traps possibly for the Panthers. They need to do something to change this up.
Lynnwood fires a bomb from outside, and the rebound for Snohomish. Yep, getting a hand on Van Slingenhorst was Nakia Boston. That's going to go as a foul against her, just the second team foul against Lynnwood, and that stands as a factor too because Snohomish has 4 team fouls. Courtney Perry has 4 fouls. Nobody else has, well, Beckman has 2. So both their bigs got to be a little careful.
Yeah, and you can see Kelsey Rogers is still playing with those 3 fouls, doing a pretty good job of getting those 3 early on, but we see Robert Polk, the AD in charge of this tournament, carrying that district championship trophy. These 2 teams are actually both facing or trying to get their 3rd in a row. The Snohomish Panthers with the last 2 at the 4A, Wesco. The Lynnwood Royals with the last 2 at the 3A. So they're both looking for a 3rd in a row right now.
All right, taking a look. We got a foul against Lynnwood. That one's going to go against Boston, Nakia Boston. That's her third team foul, and the crowd doesn't approve of it. Snohomish will inbound. Maya Duchesne, or at least the Lynnwood fans don't approve of it, as Duchesne inbounds. It ends up in Beckman's hands. Outside she goes. Duchesne, need that one. Missed on it, and Valerie Bell with the rebound. 6:58 left to go. Fourth quarter. And going after the ball that time was Van Slingenhorst. And we got a foul is coming after her, Valerie Bell chasing. Just a reaction more than anything. And that's her second foul, fourth team foul. Back into the game will be Caprice Boston. And coming out of the game is Taylor Fahey. Caprice has 9 points. Fahey has 6. Over on the other side for Snohomish, leading scorer Kyra Beckman, followed by Maya Duchesne with 7, as Beckman has 13, 3 for Emily Preach, 2 for Morgan Marshall. And you have 2 players, Bell and Boston with 9 for Lynnwood, 6 points for Fahey, 5 for Kelsey Rogers, 6 for Riley Walsh, and 2 each for Rachel Walsh and Nakia Boston. We got a blocking foul as Lynnwood is stacking them up real quick. They got 5 fouls very quickly from the end of the third quarter to right now, basically about a minute and a half of play. That's against Kelsey.
And that was Kelsey Rogers. That was the important one for the Panthers, as they put some other ones to different people, but Kelsey Rogers right there, picking up her 4th foul. She's going to have to be careful. I mean, obviously, Coach Hudson's probably going to let her play the rest of the way. Actually, he's not. He's going to bring in Kia Crawford right now for her with 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter. You got to hope right now, if you're a Snohomish fan, that Kyra Beckman can go inside and find the bottom of the well and just go to town with Kelsey Rogers on the bench.
Crawford comes in. She is a junior replacing the senior. Beckman hits one of the 2 foul shots, 37-33, so they've cut that 8-point deficit in half. And on the ensuing play, we have a foul called against Quinn Otteson. That is her 2nd foul. 5th team foul against Snohomish, so the team fouls are even. We're starting to get closer where we're going to see bonus and perhaps double bonus. As you know, this is a physical matchup right here. Both these teams want this one bad. Now, both of them are guaranteed a trip on to the regionals. So Snohomish actually is already guaranteed to go to state. Oh, look at that. 3-point basket, Caprice Boston, her first 3-pointer of the game. And checking it over, Joel, that is the first 3-pointer for Lynnwood in this game, a 7-point lead.
That is a huge hit right there. I mean, obviously, kind of just stating the obvious right there, but what a great play by a senior who's wanting to make sure they get another district title.
Inside goes Kyra Beckman, and she's got 2 shots coming after getting fouled on the way in on that right side. This foul is going against Kia Crawford, her first, and Beckman, it looks like she ran into a Kia car that time, as Beckman will go to the foul line with 2 shots, and she's had mixed results at the foul line, and that's really where they could make some difference up in this game. And she hits the first one, now has 15 points in the game.
Yeah, and she's got a great stroke at the free throw line. She's a good outside shooter on the court regardless. But you just got, it's one of those things, free throws are definitely things that are in your head, and she got 2 to go there.
She's 7 for 12 from the foul
They're
line.
very much of a mental focus thing, much less than it is a physical thing.
40-35, 6:12 left, fourth quarter. Lots of ball game left in this girls' Northwest District 3A championship at Jackson High School and on STSPN.com. 3-point jumper, Bell misses on that one, getting the rebound, getting good position. Nakia Boston, and then we have a foul right afterwards, right in there. Katie Brandville, let's see it. I'm thinking that's who it's going to be called against, and it will be. So that's going to be foul number 1 on Brandville, team foul number 6, and next one against Snohomish puts Lynnwood at the foul line. It's going to be an inbound pass as Lynnwood looking around, and then finally coming out high, Caprice Boston will get it between the circles, and 5:57 to go in the fourth quarter.
And Snohomish has been in a 2-3 zone this entire second half, but now they're in their man-to-man, usually coming out of an inbounds play, and sort of stuck in that man-to-man for the rest of this possession.
Shot put up and short that time by Crawford. And down low is Bell in tight. Finally, a foul is committed as she pushed off on Maya Duchesne. And that will be team foul number 7. Should have said earlier, now Snohomish actually will go to the line because they have 5 team fouls and now 7 team fouls against the Royals. And for Valerie Bell, that is her 3rd personal foul. Maya Duchesne at the foul line. And again, Joel, you got to make these foul shots down by 5 points.
Absolutely, and Duchesne's one of the best in the business. She has definitely got ice water in her veins, something that she has seen from a number of point guards in Snohomish history that have been pretty darn good foul shooters, and she's just another one on the long line.
Duchesne's next shot rattles out of there. Made 1 out of 2. It's a 40-36 lead for Lynnwood. 5:32 to go in the fourth quarter. Mark Aucutt, Joel Boyer. And stolen away. Great job in there. Knocking it away was Ben Slingdenhorst. And getting a hold of the basketball was Quinn Otteson as Maya Duchesne will bring it out of backcourt. Picked up at the midcourt line by Nakia Boston. Over on the right side to Kyra Beckman. 5:16 left, fourth quarter. as Duchesne has the basketball, driving in, finds the seam, splits the defenders, goes to the basket, and draws the foul.
What a great take right there. She kind of looked off. She had maybe an open Katie Brandwell on the wing. She said, no, I'm just going to hang onto this ball, go all the way to the rack, and see if I can't draw another foul. Shooting the free throws again, and they're only 2 more fouls away. The Royals are from putting the Panthers at the line for 2 the rest of this quarter, the rest of the game with 5:10 left in it.
Duchesne at the foul line again, makes the first foul shot. 2 for 3 from the line. Checking back in is Kelsey Rogers with the 4 fouls, and also coming in, Taylor Fahey has 1 foul, departing Kia Crawford and Nakia Boston. So Boston goes out with 3 fouls.
Royals have their starting 5 back on the court right now, and Rogers with those fouls isn't a good thing, but at the same time, she's got some rested legs, so look for her to be a dominant force down here inside and see if the Royals can't put a nice little run on the Panthers and put them away.
Panthers were down by 8 points, 37-29, but since that time they've outscored Lynnwood 9-3. It's a 2-point game at 40-38, 4:53 to go. Fourth quarter, 3 ball. Rising and shining was Caprice Boston off the great dish that time, and so now Caprice with 6 points, 2 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter, and she has 15 points in the game, leading scorer for the Royals. Duchesne passes right side. Brandvold off the rim, down low underneath. Kyra Beckman, we got a push off, and Beckman will go to the line with 1 and 1. She's 7 for 12 from the foul line, and that's going to be called on Valerie Bell, and her 4th foul. That's team foul number 9, so the next one's double bonus as you were talking about.
Well, and Beckman's got to start putting these free throws down. She was able to get 1 and 2 last time, see what she can do right here. But the Panthers are starting to be able to score when that clock is stopped, and that's one of those things when you're behind and trying to make that run to get back in the game, you want to be able to score from the free throw line because that clock's not running. So it's definitely your friend when you're at the free throw line, but not your friend, in fact, your enemy when you're behind and it's sticking down on you and you're looking to win a game.
She hits them both and is now 9 for 14 from the line and has a grand total of 18 points, 5 in the quarter, all from the line. 4:25 left, fourth quarter, 43-40, just a 3-point lead, 3-point lead as Kelsey Rogers puts it in. All of her 7 points in the second half.
She is one tough post inside. She took away the drop step right there, but she didn't matter. She spun base and was still a nice kiss off the glass right there. What a heady move.
Addison, 3-point jumper is good! Off the assist from Maya Duchesne. Quinn Addison has hit 2 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter, 45-43. Timeout on the floor, a 60-second full timeout by the Snohomish Panthers. This is a great game, folks, and the first of our doubleheader plus 2 games tomorrow right here on STSPN.com. Northwest District 3A Girls Championship, Lynnwood 45, Snohomish 43, 4:03 left, fourth quarter. Welcome back here, and it is 45-43, a 2-point lead for the Lynnwood Royals, but Snohomish has momentum. 4:03 left, fourth quarter. Mark Aucutt with Joel Boyer on STSPN.com. Girls 3A Northwest District Championship game. As Valerie Bell has the basketball. Now it is Kayla Rogers ending up with it off the pass that time. There's Kyra Beckman with the hands in the air, and she'll dish off to Maya Duchesne. Now, Joel, here's an opportunity for Snohomish to tie or take the lead. Duchesne finds a little bit of room, takes it in. Oh, should have used the backboard.
Could have used the backboard right there. She thought about going one more, but Kelsey Rogers is a pretty imposing figure down there.
Inside they go. That's Kelsey Rogers, speak of the devil, connects on the shot and one. That's going to be team foul number 7 against Snohomish, and now Lynnwood gets the benefit of the bonus. That is on Brandvold, her second foul. One shot for Kelsey Rogers. She had 5 points in the third quarter, now with a chance to equal that with, she makes the shot with 5, doesn't do so. Boy, jinxing her, huh? 47-43, Snohomish. Here comes Duchesne, quickly out of back court. Slows it up now and gets back by the Timberwolf logo. Over on the right side to Beckman up high. Beckman needs to move in a little bit. There's Otteson down low. Oh! Boston chasing after the ball, and she accidentally bumps into Maddie Van Slingenhorst, and Boston's going to be called for the foul. Guess what, Joel? That'll be her 4th foul.
Fouls on number 22.
10 team fouls.
Well,
wait a minute. Why do I have? Oh no, I'm sorry. That's her 4th. Sorry.
Other Boston.
That's her.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's right. It's the other Boston has 3. Let's take her back.
You got multiple Bostons there.
Yeah.
Either way, we're looking
Can we
at.
play some Boston coming out of the break next time, Todd?
I think
at the foul line, 2 shots.
For us.
Yeah, is Van Slingenhorst makes the shot.
And here's
Need all
one
of
thing,
these.
we see Courtney Perry coming back in the game right here with her 4 fouls, coming in for the shooter, so Van Slingenhorst will be going out for this one if she can put it in.
Big thrill for these players to win the district, to advance as that number 1 seed, but also bragging rights. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. We talked about both these teams are sitting on back-to-back district titles, and now they're facing off, and one of these teams is going to be a 3 years in a row district champion.
Keep in mind the Snohomish was at 4A, and they and Glacier Peak flip-flopped this year. So Glacier Peak going to 4A and Snohomish at 3A. But still, as always, Snohomish bringing plenty. They always travel well, you know that. And Boston of Caprice fame up top. There they go inside. Kelsey Rogers, 3 around her, outside, and a 3-ball is good by Taylor Fahey. She has 9. That's her first 3-pointer in the game, and it is 50-45. Back to a 5-point lead for Lynnwood. 2:43 to go. This is the 4th quarter on STSPN.com. Duchesne pops up high. 3-pointer off the rim. There's Beckman down low, gets the rebound. No foul. Yeah, there's a foul in there. We'll see who it's against. 2 shots. That's going to go against Lynnwood. I think it might be against Caprice Boston. No, that's against Bell. She's going to foul out. That's her 5th foul. Valerie Bell played hard tonight.
And going back one possession right there. Kelsey Rogers sliding across the lane, getting that ball. What presence of mind to kick it out to her senior teammate, Taylor Fahey, for that wide-open 3. Maybe could have gone to traffic, but kick it out to a wide-open teammate's always a good idea.
At the foul line, Kyra Beckman. She spent an eternity there tonight. Here's the first shot. You could tell by the release that it wasn't going to be good. And she is now 9 for 15 from the foul line. Snohomish has been there a good amount of time. She's been leading the charges, is inside with her play, getting fouled. That second one is good. So now 10 for 16.
Panthers still staying in that 2-3 zone. It's really worked well for them this entire game. Lynnwood averages many more than 50 points a game, what they're at right now. 52 with that dump in from Caprice Boston into Kelsey Rogers for an easy bucket. Lynnwood dialing up that full court pressure now.
Kelsey Rogers has 6 in the quarter, 11 in the game. 52-46 is the score. And with the ball, Courtney Perry, she goes up high to Maya Duchesne, down inside. Kyra Beckman. Beckman going to the basket, and that's going to be, an offensive foul. Otherwise, it would have gone against Rogers, and it's going to go against Beckman, her 3rd foul. Team foul number 8, and Rogers caught a break that time. We have another player coming in. Maddie Van Slingenhorst will join the Snohomish Panthers lineup. 2:11 left, 4th quarter. Lynnwood with a 6-point lead, and they have the basketball coming out of backcourt. Handling it is Riley Walsh.
Well, looking like the Panthers are in a 1-3-1 trapping zone. See if they can't get some turnovers here as they're starting to get in trouble.
Boston has that one come off the rim. Right there with the rebound, putting it back up and in. Rachel Walsh, she has 4 points in the game. Her first 2 here in the 4th quarter, and it's back to an 8-point lead for the Lynnwood Royals. 54-46. Driving the other direction, Maya Duchesne, and she's going to be fouled and go to the foul line with 2 shots. That foul is going to be on Taylor Fahey, her 2nd. Again, it's double bonus, but she was in the act of shooting anyway. Maya goes to the foul line with the 2 shots. 3 for 4 from the line, making 4 for 5 now. 54-47, 1:44 left in the 4th quarter. And if you're Ken Roberts, what's going through your mind to try to close the gap?
Well, and you kind of have to start gambling right now. The Panthers aren't necessarily high in much of a full court pressing team, but you have to at this moment. You're going to have to start putting some pressure. You have some half court traps, some full court traps. You need the ball back right there. Caprice Boston, it's a gift Goes right off her knee right there and into the crowd. So Panthers with the ball back right there, only down 7. But they definitely need to have as many possessions as they can and limit Lynnwood from scoring at all.
All right, Snohomish will inbound. 54-47 is the score, up by 7. And with the basketball, Kyra Beckman up high. She goes to Duchesne. 3-point jumper. Good! Maya Duchesne hits it for 3. And it's 54-51, 32 left to go. Here in the fourth quarter, we still got us a ball game on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt, Joel Boyer, live here from Jackson High School in the 3A Girls Northwest League Championship.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We are back live here. Fourth quarter action, 54-40. Snohomish putting the pressure on in backcourt. Ooh, a little bobble there. Lynnwood trying to break through, and they will. There's Boston. Passes over on the left side to Riley Walsh up high. Now they work it around. Kelsey Rogers ends up with it. Back to Caprice Boston. Misses the shot. Good position for Audison. She's come up with some key rebounds, and Snohomish had a chance to cut to within 3 if they hit a 3 ball, but they'll take 2. Still plenty of time left. There's a screen set by Beckman. Kick out by Duchesne, right side, 3 ball just rattles out of there on the miss by Brandvold. She had it in the cup, but it didn't fall.
No, and that would have been a nice opportune time to get her first points of the game. Snohomish still down 4. Probably not looking to foul yet with 54 seconds left. Only 19 on the shot clock. You've worked it down this far. You don't want to foul now. Just play solid defense. See if you can't get a possession back. But if the Lynnwood Royals score right here, look for this to be another nail in that coffin.
7 seconds now, 6 on the shot clock. Kelsey Rogers has it partially deflected by Kyra Beckman. Here comes Snohomish again. Into front court, it is Maya Duchesne as she goes forward. Now backs up, passes over on the right side to Brandvold, to Beckman. Stepping in with a dribble, double team, takes it to the basket. Jump ball called. Lynnwood basketball, 22.8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Team foul-wise, Lynnwood with 10, Snohomish with 8. And looking to inbound are the Royals.
They have to foul. Oh, boy. Have to foul right there as the Panthers. Coach Roberts asking him to foul. And they almost got the ball given back to him by Taylor Fahey, but just enough on that pass to get it over to Rachel Walsh.
Foul is going to go against the Panthers, obviously, there. That's going to go on Van Slingdenhorst. And that's her first foul, 9th team foul, 1-1 coming up for Taylor Fahey, who has 9 points, and she's 2 for 2 from the foul line, hitting both those foul shots after getting fouled in the act of shooting back in the first quarter. Fahey goes to the foul line, 18.7 left on the fourth quarter clock. First shot, perfect. That makes it tough. It's a 2-possession game, and we have a full timeout called by the Lynnwood Royals. 10 points for Fahey. We'll take a timeout also. 55-50, 18.7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And this is STSPN.com coverage of the girls' 3A Northwest District Championship game.
To avoid the ticket line.
At 55-50, and going to the foul line for her second shot for the Lynnwood Royals is Taylor Fahey, senior. She has 10 points in the game, 3 for 3, a perfect 3 for 3 from the foul line. As there she goes, shot on the way, rims out. Audison with the rebound. Here we go, the other direction.
Snohomish has got to push and get something early.
Duchesne Over on the right side, Addison back to Duchesne. No, off the rim. Snohomish fighting for the rebound jump ball. That'll go to the Panthers.
Jump ball possession to the Panthers.
Addison will inbound, and the head coach, Brent Hudson, in his first year for Lynnwood, is begging for a timeout. Finally gets it. 4.6 seconds left to go. We'll keep it right here. It's a 30-second timeout. Again, coming up after this on STSPN.com, and after the Silvertips game is over on Fox Sports 1380, 95.3 FM, they'll have the boys 3A Northwest District Championship featuring the Shorecrest Scots and the 6-time defending champion Stanwood Spartans out of Wesco, both Wesco 3A teams, obviously. And then tomorrow we will simulcast. Joel and I will be there with the Kamiak Lake Stevens girls game, loser-out game, winner to state, at noon. Simulcast that one, and then they'll have the boys' loser-out game with Tom and Bill right after that. So Tom Lafferty, Bill Kusler joining you for this next broadcast as well. A couple of legends in Snohomish County. Inbound pass, there it goes. Brandvold finally hits it. First points in the game, but too little, too late. That's the end of the ball game. Lynnwood wins this one, 55-53. So what do you think, Joel, as far as our player of the game is concerned? And Caprice Boston is going to win it. We'll go ahead and take a quick break, a quick timeout, and then we'll get to Caprice coming up right away, right here on Fox Sports 13, on STSPN.com.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Good. Three in a row?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are, live post-game show, and our player of the game, sponsored by Lake Stevens Ace Hardware. I'm Mark Aucutt, along with Joel Boyer, and player of the game. We've done this a couple times this year. Caprice Boston, who's going to be heading to northern Arizona, but she's still got a lot of work left to do, as she's our player of the game for the second time. We'll get her a T-shirt, too. Hey, here's your T-shirt. Go ahead. Hey, what a great performance. Both teams getting the job done. There's your free T-shirt right there. So, Caprice, we get to award you a second one. Tell us about this one, getting started early on in that first quarter. You got a couple of points, and obviously you do a lot of things with your team, but and you guys were ahead 10-7, and then they got ahead with those 6 straight points.
Yeah, it was difficult at first. I think we wanted it a little too much at the beginning. Like, we came out a little bit overconfident, and when you do that, you tend to go down a little bit. But we wanted it, and so we came back, and we fought for it. This is our 5th straight year, and I couldn't be more proud to be a Lynnwood Royal.
How fantastic, and you've played for all 4 years there, correct?
I couldn't play my freshman year because I transferred, but I was on the bench.
Yeah, so you were there. You were a part of it.
Yeah.
And how's it been with the transition as your team is waiting for you? We won't keep you too long. How's it been with the hey, you're doing the media thing here, you know? And how's it been with the transition from Everett Edwards to Brent Hudson? I know that can be tough. How's it gone?
Well, it's definitely tough. Hearing Everett's voice last year was like, he's so powerful and he's so loud, and then Brent's kind of laid back, so it was kind of different at first. Brent was adjusting to us too, so he really didn't know all of our players at first, so we were just kind of trying to figure out chemistry, and I think once we found it, we went on our run.
That's great. Yeah, Coach Edwards, a Seattle police officer, so he knows how to, if you don't mind me saying, lay down the law. Joel, you got a question or two for her?
Yeah, Caprice, I mean, it's obviously you're a great player that's had a lot of maybe support roles, if not, the last few years. Not to say that you weren't a great player those times, but when you're playing with Michaela and Jordan, who've gone into other college programs as well. Talk about this year, kind of that leadership role that you had to step into, where you're a great player, but maybe didn't have that leadership on your shoulders. Now this year, clearly you do, but you've really done a great job. Talk about that a little bit.
It was definitely difficult. Michaela and Jordan were a big part of our team last year, so I didn't know what I was going to get myself into, having to come in and kind of rally everyone together. It's kind of a lot harder than you think, but I like challenges, and that was one big challenge, and I think so far, me and Riley and Kelsey have all stepped up. So it wasn't just me. It was with the help of them, too.
Well, I'll say all three of you have done a great job with that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hate to cut it short, but we got to cut it short because they're getting ready for the next game to broadcast here, and we need to let you go out and cut the net down with your teammates. We don't want to hog the time. So, well, first of all, once we wrap here, if you take a step down to the bottom step, and I can take a picture of you, which we can get as you hold out the T-shirt for yet another Player of the Game award, and you may not be done yet getting those this year. So, Caprice, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we are going to wrap things up. Final score, Lynnwood 55, Snohomish 53, as Lynnwood wins the Girls Northwest District 3A Championship. Action on STSPN.com. Keep it right here. The simulcast coming up, as we'll have it right here to start things off on STSPN.com. The Boys 3A Northwest District Championship, and that will feature the Shorecrest Scots against the Stanwood Spartans right here on STSPN.com. Stay tuned, stay with us, and we'll return with more.